Good morning, Megan. Yeah, and I'll give it back to you. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to finish the outlines that are submitted, so, except I keep getting messages.
Well, I'm still working on it, I just wanted to know if you could take the
Let's see. Oh, it's not, I don't know if it'll let me download it. We'll try. It's not gonna let me do it because I have it open, of course. Because I have something open, I can't open it. Okay. I can't attach it to another document. That's what's crazy. Stupid. Okay. Chat sent. Let me make sure. Sometimes I forget to hit the send button. Okay. Yeah. And like, one of my schools is gonna be gone next Wednesday when they have the day off. No, they're taking the SAT. Okay, they have juniors and seniors sitting in college ITV classes. Why do you schedule stuff for class time? I don't get that. You know, it should be obvious to a counselor. These are small schools. It's not like we're doing frickin' LISD, one of the big high schools. You know, you should think, oh, why don't we take it on Tuesday, Thursday, when we're not having college classes? Or maybe they have them that day and they just figure English isn't as important. I don't know. In my mind, it's the most important thing in the world, but no, I'm real, because it happens all the time. You know, and you're like, this is a college class. And so they're like, so, you know, just call, and I said, then I expect them to watch the video so they'll know how to access the databases. Because I can't go back and stop and teach, so, great, this will be on the video. It's just a little frustrating. And I know they act like SAT is the one who tells them what they can and can't do. You can say, I can't do it that day. That's all you have to say. Right. I haven't started grading your papers, but I'm almost done with my third section, so. But the good news is that the dates have been pushed back. Did y'all see the announcement? Are you not, huh? Well, a lot of times they'll send it to you. I pushed it back, okay, because those outlines so many of them were not very good. You know what I'm saying? So I pushed it back.
You pushed what back?
The due date for the paper, that's like, we actually should be doing peer revision today. And I was like, we can't do that. They're not even ready, they're not ready to write the essays, you know. So part of the issue was when I'm doing the syllabus, I'm just doing it out in this non-real world. I'm sitting at home on my kitchen table and I'm saying, okay, we'll do this and this and this. And it doesn't always work that way. So sometimes you have to make changes. Good morning, Abernathy. How's it going? All right. Let's see. I can't seem to remember. We're missing Lorenzo and Crosbyton. I did change my dates see, I said it magically and they appeared. Isn't that amazing?
Lorenzo is present.
Something with a wand, I guess. So, but let's go in and look at that very quickly. I was trying to finish up getting your outlines graded because some of you turned in blank ones. You kind of got pushed to the back because I dealt with my other classes, and then I've had some computer issues, no excuse. But I'm trying to get papers graded and back. That's the main thing that's happening right now, is I'm trying to get papers back to students because I feel like you need my comments to see where you tend to have errors. Most people, it's going to be fused run-on and comma splices. That's what I'm seeing, lots of those. But when you go into the class, in announcements, it does give you an updated schedule for the rest of this week and the beginning of next week. I put in this wonderful neon green. But basically, because today, I was telling my STC kids, today we should actually be doing peer revision, and we're not. I've had to move peer revision over the weekend. You're going to have to do it online through a discussion board. That's the only way I can fit it in and not totally destroy the schedule. Make it bigger. Okay, so today we're going to go over the PDF the CNC handout that's a really good one. You guys got it when I handed out all those papers when we started this unit, okay, or this genre. On Friday, you have to take grammar quiz number 2 test, and you have to turn in the draft of your CNC paper to me on Thursday night, and then from Friday through Sunday, on Friday, you need to post into a discussion board that's been put into the CNC unit. You're gonna upload a copy of your paper or copy and paste it in, and then you've got to comment on 2 other essays. And it talks about how we're gonna start talking about summarizing and paraphrasing for argumentation next Monday, but your actual final CNC essay is not due until Tuesday night of next week. So you've got some time. I'm trying to give you enough time to get it written. But I can't mess with my schedule too much because I want to give myself plenty of time to read 90 research essays, and I can't do that the week of finals. It just doesn't happen. So that's what's going on there. But let's go into course content and look at not week 6, which is what we're in. Because in week 6, you're actually going to see that it's got revised in there too. Okay, same thing. The draft gets turned in here. Actually, I need to move that to it's Sunday. Oh, no, it's due Friday. Thursday? What day? Tomorrow? No. Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I'll turn in draft to CNC to Blackboard because we're going to go, hopefully you have enough time to get it written. Again, your draft's going to need close to 500 words to be truly getting there because you have to have 600 on the final essay. You'll take the grammar quiz. Here's peer revision comments on CNC drafts. Guess what? I'm deleting that, okay? Because we don't have the opportunity to do that. So I'm going to, it says delete it, yes. So and realize that's 12.5 points. But when you go in and do the discussion board, see it's now in there, that's worth 25 points. So if you do the discussion board in a timely manner and get it done, you actually have the opportunity to get 12.5 extra points. Because you're going to turn a draft into me, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to spend near as much time commenting on drafts because I discovered between commenting on drafts, because it took me so long to get them commented on, that people weren't paying any attention to what I wrote. Okay, that's in general. Some of you did, some of you didn't. And so I'm not going to spend my time commenting on drafts anything more than looking at the thesis statement and your topic sentences. That's all I'm going to look at. I'm not going to look at anything else. I'm not going to tell you if you've got comma splices for you to run on. I don't have time to do that and get through everybody. So you're going to lose some input from me, but which means you're going to have to step up your game and do it yourselves, okay? Or go see a tutor. And remember, you have tutor.com that's online from 8 o'clock at night until 8 in the morning. You can upload a paper in there and somebody will look at it. If you want to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can. I don't stay up that late. So, but here's the compare and contrast discussion board. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to create a thread. And one of the things I'm going to do when I create the thread is I'm going to copy. And notice how it says, then you will respond to 2 other students' essays. I'm not sure whether there's a semicolon in there. Answering the following questions. I guess I was in a rush trying to get this done the other day. So I'm just going to copy those questions, but not get done. Okay. So I'm going to do submit. Oh, wait, I haven't put anything in there. So what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy in my essay. I could upload it. If you copy it in, it goes faster. Does that make sense? If you upload an essay, then somebody has to download it. They have to work between the questions and your paper. So if you upload it, they can actually write in, they can click reply and they'll have a copy of it. So I'm just going to, let's see. I'm just going to open up topic sentence corrections, okay? Oh, I just loaded it in, is what I did, so. Okay. Let me do something very quickly. I'm going to open it. And I'm going to go A, C, okay. All right. And I'm going to, in the create a thread box, you just load it in there. That's where the essay can go. Keep formatting. And then you click submit, okay? A value must be provided. What did I forget to put? What did I not put in? Oh, my essay. Jumping cursor. Okay, so now I click submit. So my essay's in there. This site can't be reached. Oh, good Lord, what happened? That's hilarious. Message, what is going on? It may have moved temporarily to a new address. Okay. Let's click submit. Okay. Lord only knows what's going on with Blackboard today. Good news, this is not due until, you need to get it uploaded by Friday or Thursday night, obviously, if you've turned in a draft to me. But your comments have to be completed by midnight Friday. Let's try save draft. Oh, Lord, only knows what's going on. That's what you're going to be doing. I apologize that we can't see it, all right? There are issues. Obviously, the Blackboard was down one weekend when you were supposed to return the narratives in. It was down for like 18, 20 hours. You can see there's some issues here, okay? Very frustrating. All right. Let's, I know Ms. Macias was going to have to go copy. For some reason, she didn't get do you guys have the copy of the PDF? I guess that's my main question. Let me open it. Well, I need that topic sentence one open. Anyway, yeah, we'll leave that there. That's the good news, is I need that one. Okay, this is what it looks like. It says Santa Barbara City College. I don't know why I said it was St. Sister Mary's or something. Santa Barbara City College, writing a compare and contrast essay. Do you guys have that with you?
We've got the copies. We've got the copies, Patty.
Hold on a second. Say that again.
They've got their copies.
They have their copies. Awesome. Good deal. Okay. It would help if I could remember that. And we're not going to look at the entire document, but we're going to focus on the pages where you have a side-by-side version of block and point by point. And a lot of what you're seeing here is just basically what we talked about the other day. Let's see, where's draw? I'm gonna click on draw. Yeah, I finally figured out how to draw. You notice I'm crossing off something on the first page. And I've had some students say, well, it's not a compare and contrast if I don't talk about how they're similar. Yes, it is. If you're comparing two phones, you don't need to tell me that this phone, they both have these things, because there's there's the obviousness. You're focusing on the differences. Most of the time, you're focusing on the differences. So that's why it's going to really be just looking at, yes, they both have, let's talk about movies and books. Yes, they both have plots, but how are they different in the plots is what you're looking at. Does that make sense? I've gotten a couple of interesting questions. So here's where you have the side by side. Okay. Have you got this? It should have been in all. Did you not bring your stuff? Okay. I probably have some more copy. Another copy at least sitting around here somewhere. Oh, I do. Right there. There's a whole set of them right there. It's amazing. Okay. Alrighty. So, as you're looking at it, you're going to see point-by-point block method. Remember, if you want to put alternating next to point-by-point so that you'll know they're the same thing, all right? So, it tells you what you do in the intro. You have the introduction of general topic, you have the specific topic, and you have a thesis. So in here they say, areas to be covered in this essay. Both cats and dogs make excellent pets, but appropriate choice depends on the pet owner's lifestyle, finances, and household accommodations. No evaluation is made. I'm not telling you that you can have a cat or a dog, since I have 2 dogs and a cat now. He is so cute, my kitten. Did you find it? Awesome. Okay. So when we look over at the block method, you're going to see there's no difference. Introduction, general topic, specific topic, and the thesis are the same things. It's only in your topic sentences that you have some difference. So in block, and I'm going to be honest, I don't like their topic sentences. I think they messed them up. But it's already printed, so we're going to make corrections. Yeah, it says cats make less of an impact on an owner's lifestyle. That's the first criteria. That's actually, should be the second sentence in this paragraph 2. If we go over, you got a page that says, it says point by point alternating topic sentence changes for page 2 of, I didn't do block though, let's see. Here we go. Y'all have the Word document? There was a Word document that was part of that. It was at the very last page. And it just, at the top of it, it says point by point alternating. It should have been, when I gave them to you, I think I actually put them at the end. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here you go. Oh, you got it? It's big. You guys have a huge copy that looks like this. Yours is smaller. The stack I just gave you, it should be the last page I just gave you of that stack. It's right there in your hand. Yeah. It's just, this was blown up font, okay, so that I could show it. Okay, so we're not looking at the point by point section, we're looking at the block method. So you scroll down to block method, topic sentence changes for, see it says SM, it should be SB. No wonder I'm confused. Okay. Instead of having the cats have an effect on a owner's lifestyle, see I changed it. Cats are easier and less, paragraph 2. I don't like that. You can begin with cats are easier and less expensive to care for. That would work as a topic sentence for that second paragraph. It's not my greatest writing, but it's okay. And then you put in cats make less of an impact on an owner's lifestyle. So see how that was given as the topic sentence of paragraph 2. Over here, cats make less of an impact on an owner's lifestyle, which is actually the first criteria that you're going to evaluate by. And then they show, so you're talking about, it helps if I'm over here. Tell me that I'm working on point by point, not block, okay? I'm getting distracted. Let's go look at block, since that's one I just mentioned. Cats are easier and less expensive to care for. Lifestyle, don't have to be watched during the day. They're easier to care, get care if owner travels. Cost, so in block, you have to have a big generic topic sentence. Cats are easier and less expensive to care for. Lifestyle, detailed, they don't have to be watched during the day. They're easier to get care if owner travels. Then you you do a transition to cost. Food and health care are usually less likely to cause property damage. I don't know. He's already trying to climb the curtain, so we'll see. He's a cutie, but he's got some claws on him, definitely. And then house accommodations. Cats are much easier to care for. I'll disagree with that. And you don't cross off this transition sentence down here. I'm not crazy about having a transition sentence at the bottom of a paragraph. Somebody actually put a transition sentence in the topic sentence of a second paragraph on a narrative, and that was so wrong. We don't do that. You don't transition. You don't do that in a topic sentence. It's got to cover the thing, so. Then we've got dogs are active and loyally engaging pets, so you can see how that's pretty cool. Lifestyle, pack animals shouldn't be left alone. That's why I have 2. They're better off together. And they're helicoptering the kitten, so. Harder to get care when they're away. The cost is more expensive. Overbreeding causes some health problems. I don't have to worry about that. Mine are all strays. They are not well bred by any means. Sounds, okay. And house accommodations. They often need a yard and fence and require more safety. So cross off, don't do the optional because I don't want first person. No first person, so don't do the 4th paragraph that they give you, and then you have the conclusion. So, summary of the main points, evaluation or possible future developments, and significance of topic to the author. When considering adopting a pet, a prospective owner must consider the lifestyle, finances, and household accommodations that the pet would require. Owners who neglect to compare these aspects will often not care for their pet in a safe manner. Okay. My daughter's already told me that the cat's not going outside, that I have to watch out for that. Okay. So now let's go talk about point by point, and I'll get my head together and know exactly what I'm doing. So, same thesis statement, but the problem with topic sentence 1 over here is that it mentions cat. When you're doing point by point or alternating, you only mention the criteria in the topic sentence. You can't mention 1 because that tells me in paragraph intro, this is paragraph 1. This is actually paragraph 2. It should say body paragraph 1. You can't say cats make less of an impact because you're probably gonna write one paragraph that talks about the impact on an owner's lifestyle of the cats and then dogs. So that's why that page is in there. That's why you go back up here and see, before purchasing a pet, a person should consider the effect on lifestyle. Didn't purchase it. It was brought to me by my daughter. She found it on the street, right? Okay? So, see how that backs it up? I haven't said before purchasing a cat, I said before purchasing a pet. Oh my God, my almost 13-year-old grandson, he'll be 13 on Friday. Do you know what he wants to buy? A snake. We're not talking, he wants some kind of one that you have to feed live, or you can feed dead rodents to. It's gross. And my daughter's already said she is not feeding the snake, so we're giving him money to help him buy a snake. Okay, all right, so look how it's got here, cats make less of an impact on an owner's lifestyle. That's their topic sentence. That's why you have to change that, okay? At least a couple more sentences about kitties, transition sentence in the paragraph will be, on the other hand, dogs require significant changes in a person's lifestyle. A couple of sentences about that. So you can go back and look at the PDF. So I'm drawing a line, saying, okay, you've got to be general. You can only mention the criteria. If you're doing alternating point by point, you can only mention the evaluative criteria in the first sentence, topic sentence, for the 3 body paragraphs, okay? Hi there. The camera's going crazy in Crosbyton, huh? Cool. I know you're doing something, Dr. Pettit. I know you are. You're over there playing with it, okay? All right, so you can see how they do it. But I do tell you, you've got to have a transition to dogs. On the other hand, if a person is looking at dogs, that would be a transition too. You just have to have something in there. So the second aspect is cats are less expensive to own and care for. Again, the problem with that topic sentence is it's too specific because it mentions pet. It mentions a specific pet. I cannot draw a straight line with this pencil. I'm so excited to get to use it again now. So, paragraph 3, topic sentence. Another factor to consider when getting a pet is the expense of owning one. See how that backs it up? It takes it one step, makes it one step more general. Are y'all with me? Or is it too early? Too early? That's what I'm seeing, JC. Okay. Claire? You see where we're coming from? Okay. Zach, you gonna come see me today? Maybe? Okay. Just remember, okay, so that's, it's good up to a point because you can see side by side how they look. We're still writing, basically the essays are the same. Wrong document. Go over here. The essays are the same, it's just how you organize the information that's different. That's why compare and contrast is all about organization. So I don't want to see a block method where you do, here are the similarities they share, here are the differences. That's too elementary. I want you to do block where you treat all of one subject and then the other subject, or I want to see you do alternating point by point, because I think it's the better one to do. I'm trying to push everybody to that one, just because it's kind of quicker and easier to do. So this should actually be the topic sentence for the first one. Cats are less expensive. Food and healthcare are usually less expensive. Yeah, I was amazed. I took the kitten into the vet last Thursday, and she only charged me $11 to worm it. Poor thing. They shoved medicine down its throat. They're less likely to cause property damage, but people would rather rent to people with dogs than they would people with cats. Okay. Dogs, food is more expensive, overbreeding, and then again, I'm not crazy about that transition sentence, so see how I'm crossing those off. I don't want to see any first person. I do have somebody in one of my classes who's writing I just thought I'd share this with you. They were comparing themselves as a freshman in high school and themselves as a senior in high school. And I'm like, can't do that. That's not an acceptable topic, I'm sorry. It can't be first person. Because how many of us are truly unbiased about ourselves? We tend to, shade ourselves more positively than negatively. So, you know, but how do I tell that student? Student hasn't been in class, didn't come Monday or Tuesday, whatever day. Okay, aspect 3, cats need few special house accommodation. Should be accommodations, but we're changing that, again, that's wrong on the point by point. It should be, over here it says, the final issue when purchasing a pet, the final issue should be there's my grammar error, the house accommodations. Cats don't require much space, a couple sentences about that, transition. In contrast, dogs need outdoor and indoor space, a couple of sentences after that. So I'm trying to give you an idea. So you can see that when you do alternating, by me saying a couple of sentences, you're actually going to have the topic sentence, then you'll have 3 sentences about cats, then you'll transition to dogs, there's your 4th sentence, and another couple, so you'll have 6 sentences. She'll have a minimum of 6 to 7 sentences in every body paragraph, which gets you closer to the 600 minimum, okay? And so this also kind of gives you some how to transition. But what it does on block is it shows you in paragraph 2, it shows you how to transition, not how to do the contrasting in the second paragraph. When you write the paragraph about cats in the block method, all you talk about are cats. Cats make less of an impact, a couple of sentences about that. You transition to the next factor. Also, cats are less expensive to own and care for, a couple of sentences about that. Transition, because of their small size, cats require less house accommodations, a couple of sentences about that. So you can see that's going to be about 10 sentences in that paragraph, if you do block method. Then when you go to paragraph 3, dogs make a good choice when adopting a pet. Unlike cats, see, there's the contrast right there. But you have to deal with everything in the exact same order. Unlike cats, dogs will require significant changes in a person's lifestyle. For one thing, they need exercise. You have to exercise them. Mine are giving me guilty looks because I didn't walk them yesterday, okay? A couple of sentences about that, transition to next factor. When it comes to the expense of owning a dog, this pet can be very expensive. A couple of sentences about that. Oh my gosh. Dobby, the older dog, had to have bladder stones removed at the beginning of summer, and Reese had to have a tooth pulled. So I just finally paid off my vet yesterday from surgery on my dogs this summer. And it's, you know, what, October? Yeah. So it's a lot more expensive. Let's see, a couple sentences after that, transition to final factor. In contrast to felines, see how I haven't said cats every time I've said, felines are cats. Dogs need outdoor and indoor space. Cats don't need outdoor space. Cats want to be outside, but they don't need it. Dogs do. I mean, you don't want your dog pooping in your house, right? Cats can use litter boxes, and let me tell you, that little kitten can use he's a champ with a litter box. I'm excited about that. So that's what it gives you. Now, when you look at the rest of this document, let me get into the right document. They give you the Venn diagram, and some of you need to go back and come up with some information. And I just looked at yours, and I could not open a document. It says it's a PDF download, but it's not a normal PDF. I think that's Rayleigh. I haven't seen yours, okay? They give you a blank page. In your set of papers, you have a block one. You have, which is great. Maybe I should have had you fill out that one. You have the point by point if you want to do that. Okay, so that's very helpful. So do you have any questions for me? I know this is pretty quick, but do you have any questions? Because I feel like I mumbled that and didn't do a very good job with it. So to reiterate the major points, alternating point by point, the focus is on the criteria, not the subjects. So the body paragraphs will only have sentences that give the criteria. Before purchasing a pet, a person should consider the effects on their life, on his or her lifestyle. See, I'm correcting subject, what front end antecedent agreement. Okay. Dang, I'm going to manage to forget the categories already. An individual looking to buy a pet should also consider the expense of after they're purchased. You know, it's amazing to me how much it costs to have an animal neutered these days. It's outrageous. I mean, Dobby's bladder surgery was $1,600. I worked hard to pay for that. That's a lot. And he already has more stones in his bladder. Yeah. But they're not hurting him at least, okay? And then the last one is, house accommodations. So the focus then would be, when selecting a pet, the need, I'm sitting here. Certain pets need certain accommodations, home accommodations, so you say that. I've discovered that my kitten likes sleeping in a tipped over box, cardboard box, with a soft fuzzy blanket in it, okay? It's amazing. All right, so, I'm not hearing any questions. I'm trying, give me just a minute, I've got a few left to finish on the things. Do you want me to look at yours real quick? Bring your outline to me?
Oh, I'm still working on it.
You're still working on it? Okay.
I don't know if you wanted to give me hard copy.
No, just so long as I get to see it before, it helps. The draft is due tomorrow. Yeah, so you've got some time to write it. So I haven't looked at yours yet, have I, the outline, or have I?
Yeah, 'cause I just sent it to you in an email.
Oh, that's right, because it was the pages, wasn't it? Okay. And I've seen yours, Megan?
Yeah, did you give it back?
I don't have any documents, so you should have it back. As we look for it. Have I done yours? Okay. Zach's I haven't seen, and, okay, I need to get my head together. Okay. Okay, I got my book order in, that's good news. I'm hoping it's right. As we're doing an ebook next semester, it's a new ebook, this will be the third book adoption in 3 years for our 1302 class. Driving me crazy, but at least we're keeping the cost down. So, let me see if I can get that. Let me see if the Blackboard will work today, or now. Course content. Week 6. So remember, the discussion board is in week 6. Down at the bottom, let's see if we can get it going this time. Yeah, there's nothing there. Create thread, let's go. My essay. Let's see what happens when I paste. Keep formatting. Yep, there's the changes, okay. So, I'm trying again to see if I can get it done. Submit. Okay, it worked this time, that is so crazy. So, I'm gonna go back. Because I was pasting in the document, I didn't wanna mess up.
Do you have the extra one, 'cause I don't know it last week.
Of your outline?
Yeah. You graded it, I just don't know that I did that.
That's a good question. Because I didn't grade it, because I graded it virtually.
Yeah.
You turned it in though.
Yeah, like I stood right there and you looked at it. And I don't remember if you had to look at
No, I gave it back. I wouldn't keep that because I know you have to have it. I might have a blank one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Let's see here. No, I don't. All I have is mine about summer and winter. You can have, I can print one, you'll have to go get it. Let me go in here, back into week 6 really quick though. So, I'm going back to the discussion board. I'm gonna click create thread, and I'm gonna so I can get to these questions. There we go. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do now is hit cancel. Now I'm gonna go in and pretend to evaluate my essay. So my essay, I'm gonna come down here to reply, where I've copied the questions. And I can copy the questions into here, and then answer them. Okay? And if you need to, you could also, you'll see how you have the essay above it, and here are the questions. So it says, what is the name of the author of the essay? That's so I can tell who you're doing. Because most of the time, y'all forget to tell me when, on peer revision, I don't get that information, and then you just answer the question, okay? And click submit. So you have to do, to get full credits, you have to get the extra 12.5 points. That's a good deal. More than a letter grade, okay? You've got to do this. Plus, turn it in to me. No, you comment on 2 other essays. That's why it says you need to look at 2 other essays in the directions. Hold on. I'm just going to go through it this way. Compare and contrast. Click on it. It'll take me into it. Maybe. There we go. So when you click create thread, it tells you, and when you first go in, it says, then you will respond to 2 other students' essays answering the following questions. So ignore the semicolon in there. I was trying to fly through that. You need the graphic organizer, Megan? Okay. Let me flip it over here. Does anybody else need another copy of the graphic organizer? Do you need another one? Okay. Open up. All right. Control P. So you're gonna have to. I'm gonna tell you where to go get it. Okay. Print. So you go down this hallway, and you're gonna see there's a hallway that just past the classroom. There's a hallway that shoots that way. It looks like it goes out, but once you get into it, you'll see there's 2 hallways that split off of it. Go down to the right. That's where the copy machine is in the faculty workroom, I think is what it's called. You can go in there and grab that. Oh, I got to hit print. There we go. I have to give it permission to print. So, does anybody want me to look at anything? Okay.
Okay, so you said you use like cats and then elephants.
Felines.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and then, so is mine. Table.
You can just say ping pong table. Yeah, you can use ping pong. You can use ping pong. You can use both because they're interchangeable. Because if you say, yep, Jason's going to write about ping pong and tennis, or table tennis and tennis. So, and that's perfectly acceptable. So I'm sit here, I don't know why we call it ping pong. Ping pong. In-store availability of ping pong. Wow, you can go buy ping pong tables. Ping pong, play ping pong on pokey. Table tennis. Table tennis, also known as ping pong. And whiff-waff. Whiff-waff is a sport in which 2 or 4 players hit a lightweight ball, also known as the ping pong ball. And if you stop and think about it, badminton is very similar. You just don't get to bounce. It doesn't bounce on the table or the ground. It has to be in the hand. But the rules are very, very close. All right. That's all I've got. If you have any questions, send me a course message. It's just, I apologize. I felt very discombobulated when I started doing that. I apologize. But realize that point by point, it's all about criteria, alternating point by point. It's all about the criteria, whereas block focuses on the subjects. So you can't mention the criteria in the topic sentence for block by block. You just say, a dog is a great choice for somebody looking for a pet. Cats make pets, make acceptable pets for many people. See how those are very general topics? So, if you're going to do, are you going to do alternate or block? Do you know? Where you talk, you write all, you'll do all about tennis. I assume you're going to do tennis first.
No, doing 2 in 1, like the table tennis and
So that's alternating or point by point. Okay. So it's just the advantage to doing alternating is that the comparison is right there in the same paragraph. Because you're focusing on the criteria, then you're talking about the 2 items. And it's an easier organization to get right. Whereas when you're doing block, if you don't do the exact same thing, don't do them in the exact same order, you run into problems. Let me open up that sample one that's in there, okay? We got enough time, we could look at it really quick. And I just realized I have hardly anything in the rest of this semester. I've got so much work to do, and grades. So kind of crazy on my part. Okay. First things first. I was really thrilled to realize that this is not the course that's being evaluated for me. Well, because it's not a true. I'm gonna copy those handouts and put them in in week 6 too. They're only in week 5. That'll help. Okay. All right, the sample, good, compare and contrast. And there's also, 4 essays to work through. But here's the one that's about coffee and energy drinks. Yeah, it's wasteful. We waste a paper every time we print to a printer like that. That's why I do most of my printing over in a classroom in there. 36, okay. Coffee versus energy drinks. All right, let's make sure we get the headings right. Make sure it's double spaced. I don't understand what's going on. Well, you can, look how it says coffee versus energy drinks. That's what you can use as your title. That's perfectly acceptable. Except only if you're writing about coffee versus energy drinks. I do have a couple of people are doing this paper. But make sure you have the right section number. Remember, SBC students are 200, the high school kids are 441. And make sure you have the date right. Wow, this tells you I did it a month later at one point in time. So it should be, well, the final paper's due Tuesday. Today is what day? The 6th, so it's gonna be the 12th, 12 October 2021. Many people need a jolt in the morning to get going. Okay, there are two types of these people, coffee drinkers and energy drink consumers. I'm neither one, isn't that strange? While both beverages have a variety of flavors, the ingredients and caffeine content in energy drinks vary greatly to the ingredients and caffeine content in most homemade coffee beverages. The great thing about the selections of beverages today is that there are a variety of flavors to choose from. That's a good topic sentence. Y'all see that? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do this the smart way. There we do. I'll just blow that up. So your topic sentence, the great thing about the selections of beverages today is that there are a variety of flavors to choose from. That tells me this is alternating by reading the first sentence of the second paragraph. I can tell that's alternating. It doesn't mention anything except beverages, which can be anything, but it says varieties of flavors. So then we're going to talk about, go back and look, it's coffee drinkers and energy drink consumers. So coffee and energy drink. So we're going to see both coffee and energy drinks come in a great assortment. Energy drinks come in a host of different fruit flavors, such as blah, 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 blah. Energy drinks, any malt coffee is generally offered in all those, okay? So many people would be shocked to learn the caffeine content of their favorite morning beverage. See how those are nice and broad? I really like the topic sentences. Most people assume an energy drink has more caffeine than a cup of coffee. However, this is not true. Look at that nice, correct use of however. A cup of filtered coffee actually has more caffeine per ounce, 18 milligrams, than an energy drink has per ounce, 10 milligrams. A 16-ounce, I'm glad I don't drink coffee. I'd be bouncing off the wall. Okay, and the variances in these two beverages are not only in the caffeine content, but also in the rest of the ingredients. So see how, again, we're not mentioning either one. Coffee is pretty straightforward, ingredient-wise. Energy drinks, however, have a host of ingredients. So you can see that you've got good topic sentences, all right? So that's a good one to deal with. So if you're looking at that one, will work. I wonder what those 4 other ones are. Let me see. I'm not sure whose I copied, because that's what I do is I go through and I just pull up a bunch of essays. Summer and winter, okay. So you can see this is from 2019. Summer and winter are complete opposites. You no longer have to capitalize the seasons. It's not considered a rule, but if you're going to be evaluating them, it might help to make it, to do that, okay? So these are for you guys to have evaluated, but I can tell you, for summer, winter are complete opposites. And look at, hold on, open an Acrobat. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna have to do something. It's not gonna allow me to do something right there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I have to download it to be able to open it up in Acrobat. Cancel. Oh, wait. I'm pretending I know how to use these, apparently. There we go. So, when I look at this one, all right, not only because of the weather between the hot, talking about draw. That's a fragment. There are many factors as to what makes these two polar opposite seasons so unalike that many people do not even realize these things happen. Okay, summer and winter are exceedingly diverse and both have a different set of activities. There's your three categories: clothing needs and food options. The weather outside is a significant factor as to what you and the people around you are going to be doing for fun. So you can see I'm grading it as I go along. When it is summer, okay, so summer and winter, at least we're following the order, and we're talking about activities. And so there's an activity. People also tend to watch and participate in outdoor sports such as baseball and softball. So this is alternating. In the winter, probably not the greatest transition. People do not get the urge to swim or be outside if they do not have to. They want to snuggle by a warm fire. Okay. The winter is also the best time for people to go skiing. So you can see that these are not great essays. Before getting dressed in the morning, a person should consider the weather and current season. So how many of you are wearing shorts? I know Megan is. You got leggings or yoga pants or whatever? Huh? Joggers. Okay. Whatever. I don't know what they're called anymore. Okay. So, you know, I always am amazed when you see little kids standing outside in shorts and it's, 20 degrees outside. You're like, your parents need to look at the weather. Look at your watch. Look at something. Okay. So here we've got a transition. On the other hand, in the winter, people will be in multiple layers of thick, heavy clothing, trying their best to stay as warm as possible. Winter fashion compared to summer fashion is full of entirely different clothing items due to people trying to stay cool or warm. Don't say due to the fact. A fact. Let's see. Food is another thing that changes with the seasons. So, it's not a bad essay. It's got some issues. All right? So then we go on to, adults are always saying they wish they could be children again, but why? I really dislike rhetorical questions. Children dream of being adults, but adults don't even want to be adults. Okay, there are so many differences between these two, so it's hard to say which is actually better. Some of the differences between them it should be some are, that should be are, that's subject-verb agreement. It's hard for me to write with this pencil. The freedom to go out, the freedom to wear the clothes they want, and bills and responsibilities. So really there's only two. There's freedoms, and then there's responsibilities. Right? So, interesting. Adults have the freedom. Got some problems. So, look through those, but realize that the first one about coffee and energy drinks is better. And that's all I've got for today. So, on Monday, we're going to start talking about argument. If you've got any questions about your compare and contrast essays, please bring them to class on Monday. But your finals are not due until Tuesday night. My Tuesday, Thursday classes, their papers are due Monday. Hey, you guys are getting the benefit for a change. Because I still need to finish grading this section. Hopefully I'll be able to start on it by tomorrow, okay? Okay.
You said our drafts are due tomorrow?
The drafts are due tomorrow. And in Blackboard, you turn the draft in week 6. Let's see which one I'm in. Okay. Let me come back over. sorry, I'm moving slowly, just to make sure. In week 6, you're gonna see, turn in draft of CNC here, and right underneath it, you won't see a grammar quiz, you'll see compare and contrast discussion board. So once you upload your document to me, then you'll also need to go ahead and create the thread in the discussion board. Because the sooner you get them in there, the sooner somebody can make comments on it, and you can see what they've said. But you need to do 2, okay?
And then, so are we not taking that quiz on Friday?
Yeah, you're gonna take the grammar quiz on Friday.
Oh, okay.
It's grammar quiz over subject, verb, pronoun, antecedent agreement. Opens at 8, closes at midnight. Okay. All right, so,
Because I ended up adding Navy as a soldier in front of it this weekend.
okay. So you're talking about the serum?
Yeah,
Okay,
I probably spoke.
yeah, you did. I was gonna correct it for you. You're so far off. That's how you spell serum. Yeah, if you type that in, you're not gonna, I don't think you'd get it. And that's okay, moral code. Good to shoes.
I tried to put goody two-shoes or goody goody.
Goody, okay.
I don't
Goody, it should be goody two shoes.
know. I spelled two.
TWO in this instance, the goody two shoes. It's a derogatory term. Or to soldier, okay. Technology, Iron Man, brain,
Philosopher.
okay.
I spelled that wrong too.
Okay. All right, that's gonna do it. You're gonna get it there, okay? All right. So if you wanna stop by, I'll be in my office till 1. We have a doctor's appointment today, so I have to head out at 1. 'Cause it's,
I'm gonna go see a tutor, sometime tomorrow.
okay. All righty.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye, Zach. I'm also in my office from 10 to 12 tomorrow. Mhm. 'Cause I know you know where my office is, so. Okay. Make this smaller so I can see things.
Your conference is scheduled to end in 2 minutes.
Was somebody asking a question or just paper rattling?
Your conference is now over. Goodbye.
Oh, I will see y'all next Monday.